Good afternoon and welcome along to the Excelsior Stadium after an international break. The Scottish Women's Premier League is back and Glasgow City looking to maintain their points lead at the top of the table up against a Spartans side that just over a year ago, 1 year and 6 days in fact, came here and beat the home side, which ended a very long unbeaten run in the league. Some changes for Spartan this season. There will be changes ahead at the end of the season for Debbie McCulloch leaving her head coach post. Susie Shepherd will come in place. Looking at the start lineups for today, well, for City, Leanne Ross came off the bench. For Scotland, Hayley Lauder and Jo Love started the game. They're all involved today, and the goal threats of the likes of Claire Shine and Abby Grant all involved too. Susan Fairley on the bench, I'm sure will be lively when she appears, if she appears of course. For the away side, a couple of former Glasgow City players of note in there. Ciara Barnes, Danielle Paliarulo in there. Katie Riley, the captain who scored in the contest last year to win here, starts also. And a bit thin on the ground on the bench, but Debbie McCulloch will be looking to keep things tight and not concede early on here at Excelsior. O'Sullivan, Love, at the back of Grant. Jo Love goes for goal, it's deflected off the woodwork. Ball falls for O'Sullivan. Katie Riley does really well here. Spartans looking for a shot and goal, and Sarah Ewens a little bit of danger in there. Culloch floats it to Doherty. Montgomery making a run through the middle. Keeper comes out. Collision there. Montgomery down. Keeper down. Cummings was brave there, but smashed into Montgomery, the former Spartans player. There's Marshall who does float it, and there is an acre of space which City are completely unawares about. Crosby walks back. The referee something to calm down Kerry Montgomery. Love to Lauder, maybe one final opportunity. Lauder just keeps on going. Still going, Hayley Lauder. Cummings with the stop. Lauder might have another go. Grant in there. Spartans can't put their half-time tea out, but they can now because that little escape at the end has seen a very good first half for the away side. It's City 0, Spartans 0. Shepherd up high. Comes off Doherty. Lauder to Sullivan. Shine takes over. Now Lauder. Lauder shapes up. Cummings with the save. Grant's there. Blocked again. Shine! Goodness me. 3 goes at it. Defence helps out the third time, but Eartha Cummings, fantastic stuff from the away side keeper. Alana Marshall up. Pushing the box there. Claire Crosby on the floor. Nothing doing to the referee, and a little goal kick. There's Ross to take. Punched away by Cummings yet again, and Riley away. Ross in towards Cuthbert. Shout for handball. And the referee says it's a penalty. And the huge bit of luck that was maybe required maybe will be coming Glasgow City's way. On Marshall having a chat with the referee. Off the arm says Martin Harrisoff. Leanne Ross has scored 12 goals in all competitions this season. This could be the most important in the title race. And she slots it with confidence. in the left corner. Huge relief for Scott Booth on his side. Liam Ross with the penalty, and it's 1-0 to City. Docherty marching on away from Mawson. And there's the second, is it? Yes, it is. Haley Lauder in the act, and I mentioned about floodgates. Is that maybe where the tiredness will creep in a little bit more for Spartans? Cummings had a fantastic game and goal, couldn't keep it out. Haley Lauder with her 10th in all competitions, and that's a second. Fairley looking to make the run, and in behind Mawson, Susan Fairley is going to take it round, taking a bit far, and in the end Cummings was there to collect. Docherty. Shine was in there making a mess. There's Lauder trying to get a foot in there. Marshall with that. Could find Katie Riley, who was looking dangerous, but Alexander picks up. Lauder. There for Fairley. Tries to control it the first time. Stopped again, but shine shot from Cummings. Lost to deliver. And Courtney White got the header on. Lovely hands from Cummings again to stop it. Just clawed it away from crossing the line. Courtney White. Away from Barnes. We get the run here. Sullivan turns to get away from Mawson. Docherty to deliver. Cuthbert there this time. There's Courtney White. Great control. And Arthur Cummings has had some game this afternoon. Spartans still trying to at least find one goal in the game. Riley under pressure, but that could fall here for Sarah Ewens. Roundly Alexander. Well, there was support coming in, but the space was rapidly leaving. Laid down for Sarah Ewens. Another decent effort there. And it's over. Well, a couple of minutes spell in the middle of that second half. Doug Glasgow City out of the hole. They had a lot of the ball today. A few more chances after they scored the 2 goals, but in truth, Spartans played their part. And a very good display defensively, and had 1 or 2 moments on the counter-attack. But the penalty from Liam Ross in the 64th minute, Lauder with the second on the 66th, made sure that they keep the gap against Hibs, who won today in the SWPL. Word also to Arthur Cummings, who had a great day in goals for Spartans, but with the big one to come next weekend, City winning by a couple of goals to nil at the Excelsior Stadium. So we've seen the action. Scott Booth's interview is online as well with Paul, who joins us again for post-match reaction. 2-0 the win today. Are they very fortunate to win the game?
I don't know if they were fortunate to win the game. They were in control of the game from pretty much the word go. And Spartans, other than maybe a couple of chances in the first half, they didn't really look like scoring that much, although they are quite quick on the break. City were fairly dominant throughout. The first goal, I didn't get a clear view of it, but penalty was awarded, and you just have to assume it was a penalty, and it was very well put away. The second one was a stroke of luck as well. Keeper was quite unlucky, came back off for him and went into the back of the net, but if you take those goals, and Haley Lauder was in the right place at the right time to get a header on it. So they've got the goals, and that's what matters in the end, and if you score a couple of goals, you win football matches.
And it was a shame for the Hibs keeper Arthur Cummins. Scotland seems to have a good production wheel of goalkeepers, and she's 16, 17 years old in the Scotland youth setup, and she had a fantastic game, some great saves.
Yeah, she was excellent. She made a couple of really good saves. In the second half in particular, there was one near the end, a header, and it looked goal bound the whole way, and she managed to save it. And I think that's kind of it's had a part to play in the scoreline today as well, because City did have some good chances and the keeper made some good saves. I think she can be quite pleased with her performance today. Managed to keep City at bay for a fair bit.
Now, it was an international week this week. One or two players were away at that. Scott Booth kind of wasn't very happy with the performance as a whole. We talked about how well kind of Spartans have played throughout the highlights. Is there a cause for concern with the big game next week and the Champions League around the corner?
I think they'll definitely be ready. When it comes to Champions League, there's so many Champions League players in that team, and they've been there and they've done it. And you can already feel the buzz around the club of the game approaching. So I don't foresee any problems with that one. And with the Hibs game as well, that's a bit of a score to settle there. They effectively win the league if they beat Hibs next week. I mean, it would take an incredible amount of goals for Hibs to actually win the league if City were to win there. So I don't see any problem there as well. It's going to be a big game next week, and I'm sure the players will be right up for it.
What do you think next week? Do you think Scott Booth has said that he's not going to play for a draw, he's going to play and win? Do you think they will win it there, or with the game that we've seen here just a few weeks ago, what are you expecting scoreline wise?
Well, it's a Glasgow City way to go there for the win, and I expect that's what they'll try and do. Hibs, they had a bad result quite recently, and I know they won today, but maybe there's a seed of doubt there. We don't know. We'll wait and see. Hibs are a very, very good team. It's definitely not going to be an easy game for Glasgow City, and Hibs will be fighting for everything. But you just kind of get the feeling that City, they're starting to hit their stride. They're playing some good stuff. The buzz of the Champions League, the opportunity to win the league against Hibs, more or less. You'd think that they'll be ready for it, and I expect it they'll go there, and I don't think they'll lose anyway. And I wouldn't be surprised if they came away with a good result, a good win.
One final point away from the game today. This week, Rachel Corsley, former captains, came back for the last few weeks of the season. There's big games coming up as well as the Champions League. There's the Cup still, where City are involved with in the semi-final stage. What kind of signing is that going to be for the orange jerseys and the Scott Booth and for the last few weeks of the season? Yeah,
it's a big boost for them. I asked the manager about it there as well, and I was very, very pleased at having somebody like calibre coming in. She's playing at a very high level and has been doing so for the last couple of years, and obviously a big figure while she was here, big figure for Scotland. So it's a big boost to the club to have her come back, especially with the Champions League in mind. And you're more confident if you've got players of that calibre around along with the players they've already got. So it's just adding things to the squad and making it stronger. So it's going to be it's a really good sign. I think it's going to make a big impact, and with the Champions League game approaching.
Well, we'll see what happens. Paul, thanks again for your thoughts. We'll see you next week. It's the big one in the SWPL, top of the table battle. City can virtually clinch the league with a win down in Edinburgh. Do join us for the highlights then. Thanks for joining us.